What's happening, YouTube? It's Julian, aka Just Julian H. Don't forget the H. Got a new video format for you guys today. We got our very first fitness Q&A, and it's something I'm excited to launch because I love answering questions. There's a lot of questions, a lot of information out here, a lot of confusion that can happen out here when it comes to health and fitness, when it comes to wellness, nutrition, all that good stuff. And I am very practical, so my goal is always to give you guys simple, practical answers that won't confuse you. Again, this is just my perspective, my own experience that comes into play with these answers. So let's get right into it. But actually, before we do, quick announcement. As of today, April 14th, 2022, I'm opening up a new 21-day accountability challenge for the month of May. It's going to start on May 2nd through May 22nd. And basically the idea is 21 days. There's going to be a group of people from not just here where I'm in Florida, but all over the United States. Basically working on being the most accountable, sticking to our goals, sticking to our nutrition, exercise plans as much as possible for the month. So if you're interested in that, I will leave a link in the description. But anyway, let's get right to today's question. I'm going to open it up. So I did 2 videos recently that asked you guys for what your questions are. I'm going to go basically in the order that I got the comments in. First question / comment comes from Queen Winterstar 94. And the question says, I've had a period of working out, staying consistent with dieting, and staying focused. It's been a while since I've had that type of motivation, and I'm skeptical that I'll have the same success I had then that I might not have starting my weight loss journey over again. What are some beginner fat burning exercises and meals that will assist with beginning stages of losing weight? And when dealing with losing weight, fat, when is it a good time to switch up the fitness routine that promotes toning and strengthening muscles? So this is a very, very good question. I do want to break this down because I think there's a lot to unpack here, but I'll do my best to answer this as simply as I can. So just in the beginning, she was just mentioning how, she's been doing this for quite a while. She said she's being, consistent working out, being consistent with eating. And I think the most important part was the focus part. So the mental aspect of this whole thing, that's probably the most important aspect literally of it all. But you can get your mindset right, your mental game right. Everything else gets a lot simpler, and then they kind of feed off each other, vice versa. So I think obviously that's a win right there. Thumbs up to that part. And then I'm thinking what the second part of the comment is saying is that you're worried that you might not have the same success you've had before, which is that's kind of normal. But I would say don't even worry about that. Don't compare what you're doing now and where you are now to what you've done before. I know that wasn't even part of the question, but that's on that comment. I would say try to shift your mindset to then. And it's something I've been dealing with a lot myself recently too, is not to compare, say, progress I've had now to progress I had, say, 5-10 years ago when I just started getting into working out, when I just started getting consistent with better nutritional habits, things like that. Because we're always adapting. We're physically always getting older. Our body's always getting older, going through certain changes. Our emotions and our hormones are going to be in different stages and different levels depending on what part of life we're in, depending on, say, we're going through a lot of stress at our jobs. We're dealing with, say, family situations and, say, now versus things that we didn't have then, different responsibilities. So that's all going to impact our health and our physical state. So we may not have the same exact progress. It may be better. It may not be as fast as we had before, or we may just have different results. We may just evolve differently at this point. So that's the first thing. I wouldn't compare. Don't compare yourself to anybody else, for sure. And I wouldn't even compare myself to, what I did, say, before. I'm always looking for that new level. Maybe I'm going to be, for myself, an example, maybe I'm going to, as I shift into different goals, maybe I'll be leaner now. I have a lower body fat number wise, but my abs don't look as good. Or maybe I have more muscle now. Gotta love it when your video just stops in the middle of a video. Thank you, iPhone. But on to the first part of the question. I just wanted to give an aside to that comment. First off, just on the mindset. So first part of that question, what are some beginner's fat burning exercises and meals that will assist with beginning stages of losing weight? So that's a deep one to unpack, and it really, you just wanted some general things. Without necessarily listing every single exercise here, I think the most efficient thing, I'm gonna leave a link in the description of this video. I've done a program that has a simple meal plan, simple grocery list, things like that, as well as exercises that you can do at home or in the gym. I'll leave a link to that online program. And also I've done a couple videos on a full body exercise routine. And also I've done a couple videos on what to eat in a day for weight loss. So definitely check those videos out. They're absolutely free right here on the channel. That's what we're for. And I'll leave a link to that program as well if you want to get a little bit deeper, have something more structured. And then to the second part, which is what I really want to unpack. When dealing with losing weight, fat, when is it a good time to switch up the fitness routine that promotes toning and strengthening muscles? So what I'm thinking here is the age-old question, when should you shift basically from losing weight to wanting to put on muscle? And that's very, very good question, and it really depends on what you want, what you're happy with, what you're content with. Some people will tell you that you can't do both. I'm here to tell you that you can do both. Maybe you can't do each one as fast as if you were just pick one to focus on. But if you're in what we call a caloric deficit, meaning you're burning more calories per day than what you're taking in through a combination of what you just do, walking around, your regular activity, plus exercise, plus everyday living, we burn a certain amount of calories just being awake. If we're eating less than what we're taking in, we're gonna burn calories. And if you're at the same time doing the right exercises and right strength work, you're going to build muscle. If you're wanting to gain weight, obviously you have to take in more calories than what you're burning. But if you're just wanting to generally what you say, tone your muscles, which means develop some muscle tone, develop some definition with your muscles, you can certainly do both at the same time. If you're wanting to only pick one, say if you're wanting to completely focus on fat loss, weight loss first, then worry about building muscle, no problem with that either. I kind of unintentionally did that myself when I first started wanting to get in shape. I had a lot of body fat. I was pretty soft around the edges, and I only cared about feeling good, going to the beach, being able to take my shirt off, being able to feel confident. Lived in Miami at the time, so that had a lot to do with it. I've kind of told this story before, but that's all I cared about. I ended up getting really, really, really lean. I am an ectomorph. That's my body type, so meaning I'm like a long, lean type of frame. I have long features. So for us, it's typically a little bit easier to burn fat, a little bit tougher for us to gain weight or gain muscle. So when I got really, really lean, saw how lean I was, I shifted my mindset and said, okay, I want to focus on the other side now. I got really lean, so that's enough. So then that's exactly what I did. Probably took me a little bit longer to, like I said, put on the healthy weight versus burning fat, but that was to be expected. And it also depends on, your body type too. If you're a mesomorph or an endomorph, meaning you have shorter, stockier features, typically it'll be the opposite for you. It'll be easier for you to put on weight, put on muscle, a little bit slower to burn fat. That's generally the expectation. Everybody's different. So you can do both at the same time. Or if you feel good where you're at, losing weight, or how you look in the mirror, burning fat, you're confident with how your clothes are fitting, by all means, you can gain muscle. And that's only up to you, independent of what scales say, things like that. That's really a personal choice, but it's never a bad time to do that. But if you want to do both at the same time, by all means, I always promote strength training, no matter what your goal is, whether it's to lose weight, gain muscle, something in between, maintain whatever it is. Being strong is never a bad thing for anybody, and no matter of age, sex, whatever the case is. So I hope that helps. Again, a little bit of a nuanced answer, but that's a great question. Get that one pretty frequently. So that's it for the video, guys. Sorry if you're getting cut off. Don't know what happened there. But I will leave those links in the description. Like I said, I'll leave the link for the online program I have for nutrition, simple meal plan, as well as a simple exercise program you can follow online. And then also 21-day challenge coming up for the month of May. The goal is to be consistent throughout the whole month and build from there. Anyway, go ahead and leave a comment what your biggest fitness question is. I will get to you guys on the next video. We'll keep this thing going, and I'll see y'all on the next one.